Right, let's see if I can get a little bit of music going. There we go. All set up and ready to rock, ready to roll. Now let me see if I can get the chat working as I intended to. Right, where's the chat? Where is the chat? Go. Docs. Chat. Okay. Just test something a minute. Morning all. See if this works in where I want it to work. No, it was supposed to come in that it was supposed to come in this green box here. For some reason it ain't. Never mind. Right, who we got watching the stream at the moment? Is there anybody watching the stream? Drop a note in the chat, let me know if you're watching, and then I'll give a bit of an intro, let you know where I'm up to with things. Just ditch the vertical, I don't think that's required. So firstly, who is trading live today? I think literally we have one person so far. I've only just started the stream. I don't have a massive channel, so I'm not expecting there's going to be a load of people watching. But I will go over my trading panel, explain what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, and then we can go from there then. But first, you must just drop who you are in chat so I can say hello. So let me just tell you what I've got. So far I've got 3 evals loaded up. I've got 250Ks and I've got 150K. So the plan is I'm probably going to start with the 150K. Let me explain kind of where I'm at now in terms of the market as we sit here right now. So if you've ever watched my stream before, you know what I like to do is to target a reversal at the heights or the lows of third standard deviations. Normally that is conceived as out of balance, right? So If VWAP is balance, really what I'm focusing on is when we're out of balance, because of the way in which the volume weighted average price moves. When you're at third standard deviation, that's typically finding exhaustion. Not always, but it typically finds exhaustion. What I'm more interested in, though, is what happens with momentum. So we have this momentum indicator here, which is the MFI, Money Flow Index. It is a combination of both price action and volatility, right? So it gives us two metrics, which is why it's different from the RSI. I think with the RSI, it's great, but it only uses price action. So when price really starts to move, the momentum starts to shift. But with the MFI, it really incorporates volume also, which is why I like to use it, because it gives a true representation. Why is that important? Because if price starts to move up here now, and let's say it gets absorbed at these high levels, we're still seeing activity in volume, although we're not seeing activity in price, because price is just hitting that barrier. But you will see the momentum shift in terms of the amount of volume that's been traded. So that would still be perceived as overarching, right? So what I like to do, and where I've kind of tweaked my strategy lately, is when we're at these kind of high levels here, these zones, I want to see what's going on with momentum. Have we still got a lot more momentum available for us to shift? Or are we at that momentum top, being 80, right? 80 at the top and 20 at the bottom. When we're at that, and we're also at these high levels, then I'm really interested in shorting. Like you can see here, we hit the second standard deviation right at the peak of that 80, right? Then we had a little sell-off. Didn't quite come to the bottom. We have come to the bottom here. Now, incidentally, when we come to the bottom as a sell-off, we've hit the bottom here on that 20. So I like this indicator a lot. It kind of gives me another sense on what's going on. Of course, we have VWAP, which is essentially balance, right? So prices come in from a high level area, come down back into balance, and then we're kind of moving on. So that's really what I like to see. Obviously with volume as well. So the three things: momentum, VWAP, levels, right, in terms of key levels for objectivity, and then of course these high levels here on the momentum. But also this is the VIX. So the VIX fix, it's called. So as price starts to hit, this is a third standard deviation. Typically what that represents is volatility. So as volatility starts to go higher and higher and higher and higher, it starts to taper off as price starts to wane down again. So we're going to go over different time frames in a minute and kind of give a sense on what my mindset is right now. Testing. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. We are seeing text. That's great. Okay, that works. Also, Discord link is in the description. There we are. Right, so look, here's the key. 1 minute, right? We are topping out, so I'm expecting a little bit of a sell-off. 2 minutes, also raising the top, so I can certainly anticipate a little bit more higher, right? Back into R1, which is this red line here. And then on the 5 minutes, we are topping quite low. So for me to go long, it would be, sorry, for me to go short now, I'd need to see a sell-off here for a bit. Sorry, for me to go long, because on the 5 minutes, we are starting to bottom out. I'd like to see another little bit of a sell-off to give this another move down. But as I look at the MSI in terms of volume, I'd like to see it come down a little bit more, because we are topping out. So if you're scalping like me, where you're kind of getting in and getting out, it's not always advisable to be going in long, even if it's a short-term move here, because we're already starting to top out, and we're right at balance as well. So I could certainly anticipate a little bit more jiggery pokery happening. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. We've got to wait. One of the reasons I'm doing these lives is, number one, I'm off work. Fantastic. So I've got a bit of time to do some lives. But number two is to try to keep myself honest. Now, anyone who knows my experience on trading, I would say, if you can think about trading as two elements, right, to be a top trader, number one, you have to have good skill and acumen, right, in terms of understanding all the various parameters that, price action levels, indicators, if you use them. You've got to have a good savvy notion on that. The other element actually is also trying to get some level of understanding on fundamentals. If you've got a good fundamentals understanding what might happen with markets. However, I'm more of the opinion nowadays that fundamentals don't mean anything. Sometimes good means bad, bad means good, and it's all over the place. But the most important part, and the one that I am shite at, literally crap at, is the psychology. Like, I have this real mental barrier where I can't close a trade, which is difficult for me. And so I'm hoping by going live, I'm a bit more accountable, but don't bank on it. That's what I'd say. Don't bank on it. But let's look at a few key points, right? So 1 minute, right? At the moment, I've been paying a lot of attention to momentum lately. So 1 minute, we're kind of topping out. So what should we anticipate? A little bit of a sell-off. How far down? Who knows? 2 minute, same again. We're starting to approach the top. So I'm anticipating another move down. 5 minutes, we are quite at the bottom. So that little move down from the 1 and the 2 minute might also bring us back down on the 5 minute, in which case we can expect a long, but actually a little bit more of a sustained move to the upside rather than just a small one. What about the 15 minute? 15 minutes heading down, right? So we've got lots of different conflicting ideas at the moment, short term and medium term, where it's difficult to trade and know in my mind what the longer term projection is. What about the 30 minute? 30 minute is just starting to kind of veer down again. So kind of longer term should anticipate potentially more sell-offs. 1 hour, well, 1 hour is absolutely primed for downward momentum, right? If you look here, what I always say is, don't get in on the move here, wait until it comes back down below 80. So I would think, I actually like the idea of a short, right? And I'm gonna go, I think I've got the 150k here, so I'm going to go in with one contract because that 1 hour is giving me enough ideas. I'm a little bit too late, but I like the fact that the 2 minute is a little bit in fact, let's just give it a little few more minutes. Let's see if we can get another little push back up here, and then I'll look to go short. Right, let's get our trading panel open. This is have we got the 150k? Yeah, I've got two 50Ks and a 150K. So 2 different ways that I'm going to approach the trading state. It's very slow at the moment, I've got to say. There's not a lot happening, but I do want to put a $1,000 stop losses, and I'm going to short. But on the 2 minute at the moment, I'd like to see this just come up a little bit higher, but that might not happen. And that was a nice sell-off. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Rob. But I'm just looking at that 1 hour there. Right, let me just clean the chart a little bit. Right, we've got a gap here, obviously. Now, a lot of people will be expecting that gap gets closed, and it probably will. Usually it does. But I just feel with that move up, if I go back on here, we're just entering a point of a lot more move to the downside. And also, these high level peaks could be getting lower and lower. So I might chance a short for a bit more of a medium term hold. 30 minutes on its way down, 2 minutes kind of peaking, 1 minute. So let's see what happens when this 1 minute comes back up to the top. That's what I'm looking for. I just don't want to miss the move. That's the problem. But this is just noise right now. How's your trading been going, Rob? Hopefully good, mate. Yeah, mate. Hey, listen, absolutely no problem at all. I'm the same. I went through a sea change of thinking that content had to be about like risk and craziness and stuff like that, and like I'll give the people what they want, and really what I probably lost is a lot of my the way I trade, right? I kind of lost a lot of that because I kind of picked content over trading, and really it was not the right move, and I lost my way a lot. I kind of almost lost my identity on how I was trading, which is not a good idea. I'm gonna go short here. I'm taking a chance. I just fancy it. Let me just change the bid second section. But yeah, I lost a little bit of my identity, so now I'm kind of back to passing evals regularly, which is good, but still struggling with risk management, which is my Achilles heel. So hoping that I can use the lives to try and give me some accountability. Don't want to miss this. Come back up. Gotta be patient. Okay, we're in. Don't like how slow the market's moving. Last week was insane. Yeah, same here, Rob. I had a 300k account, which is so hard to pass, and I was so happy with myself. And I got to the point where I think I had 3 straight days where I'd got 8k, not 8k in total, but 8k each day, but 8k in total. And I was like pumped, right? Because I was already over the safety net. And then all of a sudden, on the Friday, it was the last day, and I thought we were all going camping, me, the kids, and the missus and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, I'll just get $200 because that's all I need just to tick the box to get a trading day in. And I just went one contract long, and generally the market had been falling short, so it was the wrong decision to make anyway. And then the price went $400 in my favor. I thought, okay, this is good. So I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't close the trade. I'll manage it on my phone, and then just completely got wiped out. Like, I checked my phone and I was 6k in the red. Of course, I could go down to 8k drawdown, but I was 6k in the red, and I thought, what are you gonna do now? Do you close the trade or just let it ride? And I let it ride. I let it ride, and literally 2 minutes later, I got the notification to say it had failed, and I was like, ugh. Them 300Ks are brilliant because you get the the buffer, but I was just I was so devastated because I know how hard they are to pass. But that was just me in a nutshell. I mean, you could typify the whole of last year for me. I think I managed to extract maybe 14k in payouts, don't know what I've put in. Probably more now. I've probably put more in Apex than I've got out. That's for sure. And this year hasn't started particularly well. I haven't really. I've converted Apex into PAs. Sorry, I've converted Evals into PAs, but I haven't been able to take any to pay out yet, which is frustrating because, you know, it's a money machine and it's so easy. And specifically when you get that, you lose, and it's like, okay, I'll get another one, I'll get another one, and I'll get another one, and then there's like, all of a sudden, it's so easy because you think it's just like $30 or whatever, $33, but all of a sudden, you're looking at your bank account and it's like, oh, fuck me, I've spent like nearly $400 here, and it's like, what happened there? It's bad. It's a silent draw on the account because you don't see it, but it happens, doesn't it? So let me just explain my rationale here, so if anyone's watching, they understand why I've gone short. I've gone short because shorter term, 1 minute, we were kind of heading down a minute. 2 minutes, we're starting to head down. 5 minutes, well, potentially we could come up a little bit higher, but it's specifically for me, the 15 minutes is on the way down and the 30 minutes is on the way down, as well as the 1 hour, which is just peaking back in. So for me, I do think potentially we should anticipate another move down. Maybe take the lows here just as a small point, but I'm not in any pressure to close any trades right now at the moment. I'll be back in 2 secs. That wasn't in the bloody script. It's a little bit of an old picture. No, I still think lower. So I'm gonna add another contract. Shorten my move. Just not convinced by any move up at the moment. but I also want to stay close to price action. It's a risky play. Oh. It's certainly a risky play, but it looks like a weak move to the upside. And what I'm liking here is the fact that we are starting to top out. So I'd like a big push up now. That'd be great. Where are we on the 2 minutes? Not quite there yet. So we've peaked here. What I'm waiting for is for us to come back into this line here. And then I'll jump on. But it could also line up quite nicely if it has a push to the upside here. And so you can kind of see this move almost as it happens, right? So you can see the push from here to here, which is that. And then that little move down to the midway point is decent. That would be enough to get us back in the green. And then we've got this other push here, which should probably start to top out. Well, it could actually even move down now for the fact that we've broken back down. So let's see. Just don't want to get in too soon until this comes back in. 2 minute. Yeah. And close that for now. See what happens at the end of this candle. See the way it stayed above here? It's fine. So we can't go in yet until it's broke below and closed below. Price action is just so pathetic. Okay, is there possible trade entry? Not yet, no. Still not available to us yet. The mere fact that this is staying above but price is not resembling, that means for me at least there's some level of absorption happening here that's preventing it from going higher. There's only small, it's only little volume, no, it's not huge. I do think potentially we should start to see a bit of a breakdown. I just don't want to get in yet in case it has a bit of a crazy push up. We're gonna be on 2 minutes. Still not yet. Yeah, I got payouts with ETF, matey. Yeah. I think about 6k off ETF in total. But then I got moved to live, and when you get moved to live, you basically get a 2-year ban, which means you can no longer purchase from ETF. So unfortunately, that's me done with ETF, at least for another 18 months, I think. Okay, I'm liking where we are, yeah, to go in. It's a risky move, but I need this to come down. But I'm just playing the fact that short term we are massively overbought. Still doesn't want to come down yet. Ideally, we could do with seeing some volume from the short sellers. We are approaching the top. 5 minutes. Still looking higher. Just needs enough of a sell-off to close the trade. Ideally, what I'd like to see, if this 1 minute candle now closes as a bearish candle, I feel more confident, but I don't know. It's awfully slow. I mean, anyone who's traded the last few weeks will have known the volatility. I mean, 6 contracts. That 6 NQ contracts is over and done with minutes. Do you know what I mean? This is like so slow compared to what we've seen the last few weeks. Just don't like this grind pattern. It just typically looks like it wants to continue, but let's see. Yeah, with a ETF. I if you remember, I took a 150k account up to $1,800. Sorry, 18k. I had one payout, and then they moved me to live just before the second payout, which pissed me off really. And then for the pleasure of that, actually no, it was 32k because they split it in half. I had 15k to play with, and then the other 15k they called it cash equity, which just gets left in an account, which isn't yours to spend basically. I think you just have to have that for the margin, and I don't know. I just railroaded. I couldn't really. I think I had $1,000. It had a daily loss limit of $1,500 or $1,000, and I kind of, because it was such a low value for me to work with, I was kind of just using that as my stop loss. So trying to hit like 2k a day in trading, and then just getting washed out every time. I kept on hitting the daily loss limit, and then by the time it got down to like 8k or 7k, it was just a mountain to climb, which I just never felt like I was going to do that. And ends up losing the account. So that was about 7 months ago now, I think, maybe less. But there was no warning on it. They didn't say like, look, after your next payout, we're going to consider you for live. It was like 2 days before it was requested to be second payout. They went, you are basically being forced to move live, and the rest is history. There was another couple of chaps who also is in our Discord who got moved live as well. I can't remember the chap's name now. Name Alf or something like that. There was two people who came over to my Discord from their Discord, and we were just chatting, and they were the same. Pretty much got forced to move to live, and couldn't really get it going. Is what it is. I'm not feeling confident, but that was the area I would have liked to have gone in on, to be fair. Um, right at the top there for the rejection. But that looked like it was an injection of liquidity at 10 to 12 my time. What I don't like though is we've got bullish divergence. But it's only an eval at the end of the day, so I've got 2 more evals, 50Ks. I'm probably going to try one of them just in 3 trades. The markets just aren't moving right now, which is not the best for live trading, right, to watch. When you see that much volume, it's hard to ignore, isn't it, really? I had an opportunity to take $10 there. Is anyone else trading right now, by the way? Is it just you waiting for the open? Come on, baby. See, for me, this looks ominous, really ominous for a move down. But on the 1 hour, massively being overbought, and we've just re-entered the negative state. So like, I might be too soon with my and also we're nearly topping out on the 5-minute. Might have been too early with my initial entry. We're also re-entering back on the 2-minute. I don't know. For me, I'd be wanting to short at this point anyway. But perhaps should have been a bit more patient till I got up here. That would have been an ideal entry, but it happened that fast. You probably wouldn't have got filled. I am probably over leveraged at the moment though. Well, not probably, I'm definitely over leveraged. We have 3 minutes before the start of the New York kill zone. See what that brings. Just consolidating. See what happens in this after this next minute. Doesn't look good, that's for sure. market just wants to blast out, doesn't it? There we go. Right, I'm gonna try and do let's see. So I've got two 50Ks, right, which I'm just gonna see if I can do $1,000 trades in one go. Or maybe I do, let me see. So right now things are just really going crazy, aren't they? So let's maybe just wait a little minute until we get a little bit of a movement. I'll be looking for sells with a plus 20 bid because this could be a very, very short stream, gentlemen. This type of trade, Neil, which I'll be doing on this, is pure gambling, really. It's difficult. I'm not advising that this is the way to do it. But it has in the past served me well. A lot of liquidity there. Wow. It's just really ripping. I was on the wrong side of that yet again. This is going to be the fastest way to lose 3 evals. Fucking hell. Oh, what a dismal affair. Right, where's the last one? See, I just can't go long right now. I just can't. I'm gonna go short on 1 contract. Limits order rejected. Watch that. Just got 11. Brilliant. Well done. Gents, I'm sorry for anyone who had to watch that. That was just really bad trading, really bad read. Just couldn't seem to get anything right. Again, not even sticking to my own plan, not waiting until we're coming into these zones. So I'm probably going to have a little chill out for a bit. I'm going to get some more accounts and hopefully try to learn from my mistakes, and then come back on live for the open. But for now, really appreciate anyone who watched in, but just really dismal poor trading from me. So let's hope I can come back and swing a few more bats. I'll end it here, gents, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.